Hey guys, welcome back. This is IAIS 96 here, and today it's January 5th, 2013. Also, I decided to do this locomotive lineup. So we'll get started on my locomotive lineup. Now, I don't have a lot of locomotives, but I do have a good size. Let's just get started with this one. Bachmann CN SD40-2. Another Bachmann SD40-2 with the war bonnet. Gotta love those. More Santa Fe's. GP35 Bachmann Santa Fe. And a GP40 Bachmann Santa Fe. I don't know what this one is. I think it's Atlas. Or maybe Athearn. This is an RS3 Rock Island. A Bullitt Northern Atlas. GP50. An Athearn, this is also an Athearn too. An Athearn Amtrak P42 DC Genesis Series 1. And you gotta love these engines. My two Athearn GP38-2s Iowa Interstates. Don't see a lot of these. Not a lot of people have these. But evidently I have some. So here's all my locomotive lineup. Well, I guess I can do my first to last loco. Well, this locomotive I got for Christmas in '08 or something, a while ago. I bought this in Oregon. I live in Iowa, but I bought this in Oregon. And this engine could have replaced this engine right here, 708, because it had an Iowa Interstate. I'll get to that later. Got this locomotive. And then, well, I got this engine. Then got this engine. After that, I got this engine. And then in the spring of, late winter of 2012, I got this GP35 Bachmann. Bachmann's alright. This one is also, this engine is DCC. So is this Amtrak, but it has to have a decoder plugged into it. But, yeah, so this is my Santa Fe SD40-2. Two SD40-2s. This one is DCC. Also, guys, I think you heard about this. I am in a train club, which is a pretty big layout. I'll show you it. I think next time when I go to the train club running trains, I'll try to promise to take a video of it so I can post it on YouTube so you can see my train club. Anyway, so, yeah, I got this engine and stuff, but I remember I got this Iowa Interstate in January 2nd of 2010. Never getting rid of these. Sorry, I'm never selling these. Never. They're too rare and they're hard to find. No, not that hard to find, but thing is, I love Iowa Interstate is like my best favorite Iowa railroad out there. I especially love the 513 Iowa Interstate ES44AC, which I do not have, but I do have a Rock Island. So I do have its professor and today's Rock Island, which is now Iowa Interstate. But anyway, I got this engine. I didn't got these engines at the same time, but also, got a story about my Iowa Interstates. When I was at the my hobby store, I bought this one. It had 708, but I only bought one because I didn't want to spend too much money. But I did got this one for an excellent deal. Anyway, these two engines. Now, I had this engine for like 2 years, and then after 2 years, I bought this engine off of eBay because I knew they made another Iowa Interstate, but different levels. You can see, I think I'm gonna try to make my camera focus if I can. Like I said, I have a silly camera. Camera gets silly on me sometimes, but it's alright. It's a Nikon. Anyway. This one's 711, I think you can see it, and actually, I have seen both two engines real life. I actually, the real life locomotive, last Christmas, not the Christmas of 2012, but Christmas of 2011, I actually stand right here on the real one. I do got a picture of it, but, well, I took a picture of me when I was there, but, Maybe I can do another video of YouTube and put Iowa Interstate, and I'll put a slideshow on it, and then you can see me stand on 711. It won't be in this video, obviously. Anyway, so I did got this one for a year, And then it was kind of hard to find another locomotive, so I got these two Athearn, and they're not DCC, which I wish they were, so I can run them at the club. If I want, I may thinking of making them DCC. The thing is, I won't pop the covers off, but these two engines do not come with DCC, and I have to make wires, so I have to take apart the inside of it to make it DCC. We'll have to rearrange some stuff inside under the hood of these locomotives. Here's my Genesis Amtrak I got last Christmas. Not this Christmas, but last Christmas of Christmas. I got this on January 1st, 2012, or January 2nd of 2012. So I got that. I didn't really use this engine a lot because I have a Superliner. It's down in the basement. I don't want to run out and go down there. But I do not have a lot of Amtrak stuff. And guys, also, speaking of these two engines, I didn't buy these. These engines came with my, I'm getting a new 16x4 layout, and my Amtrak Superliner doesn't fit on there. But I will add on my layout with my Bachmann Easy Command tracks. These tracks right here are going to get sold. They make money, because these are really old tracks. Actually, speaking of tracks, I stepped on one and the rails came flying off. This happened last night. I know, sad, isn't it? Alright, anyway. So yeah, I got these two engines. This engine I used a lot when I had it. So, I had this engine a lot. This is my Amtrak, 2 Iowa interstates, and my CN. So, that's pretty much my locomotive thing. These engines do run, but they kind of run a little rough. But this one runs better. This one runs, though. This is a GP50 Athearn locomotive. This is... I don't know if this is Atlas or Athearn, because it says it's built in... It says it's built in Japan, which that's really good, because I know you gotta rely on Japan, guys. Japan knows the reliability. That's why we have cars. We have a Nissan, because we know Nissan's Japanese and it should last forever. So, anyway, Japan is a great place, but it's just expensive to go there. Anyway, so I don't know and stuff, but speaking of that, I do have one more engine, and some of you guys do want to see it running. And the thing is, it has the best lights on it than any of these engines. This one has a pretty good light right here, but this engine has, I think these are ditch lights, but they don't work. You only use this light right here. These just have a cheap light. They just have a light bulb in the cab, nothing. Inside of the Iowa Interstates are not really detailed. It's pretty much more detail on the outside. This is the same thing. This one does not have lights. I don't know why. This one does not have lights. I don't know why. I need to get lights for this engine. These have lights. This one has lights, but it has lights up here, but it does switch. But the interesting thing is, I don't know, maybe you can let me know, guys. This SD40-2 right here, Santa Fe, is DCC. I ran it with my other locomotives, and it actually, this is weird. I was running it on a DCC system. I was using a digital track remote wireless, and the light started to go back when it was leading, and it started to stop the wheels. I don't get it. Well, anyway, I think I know why, because it's Bachmann, but I don't know really why the problem is. I don't know if the motherboard, but I did got this engine used, so it's not new. But I am going to plan to get a used. But I like this engine because it's detailed and weathered, but it does run by itself. It runs better with a single engine, like it's only one engine and this engine's pulling it. It doesn't like other DC... Oops. Whoops. This fell off. Well, anyway, it doesn't like other DCC locomotives. I don't get it. It runs well with this GP50, which is with the horn. The GP40 is without it. So most of my engines are kind of Santa Fe. This one's part of Santa Fe, but I also have another one that's part of Santa Fe. You guys were wanting to see it, and it's the best locomotive, and I believe it's the most detailed and most expensive. This cost like $100, but I got this for Christmas. So yeah, this is my SD40. I got this at a good price. about $40, and this one was about. The interesting thing is these two engines. I bought this one used. The horn fell off, but oh well. This one, these two I got this one used for about 46. No, the CN was new. I got the CN new for $46 and got this for used for $46. That's kind of interesting, but it kind of makes sense because this one's a DCC and this one's not. This one's DC. Pretty much all my engines are DC. All these engines are DC except this one and my new engine that's on this track right here. So I guess that's it for my locomotive collection. Hope you enjoyed all my locomotives. But there is one more locomotive to run, and I'm going to run it because some of you guys wanted to see it. My new genset switcher I have runs very nice. Interesting thing is it has a headlight here, and it has, well, it doesn't ditch light. It doesn't go back and forth, but it has lights down here, which none of my engines have that. Like, look, all my engines do not have lights down here. Most engines do. This one doesn't have lights. I don't get why this Rock Island does not have lights. So yeah, this get a model cars. I also like cars too, but right now trains. Need to plug her in so I can exit the runner. And here we go. It's running on a DC transformer. I do not have a DCC. But speaking of stuff, moon plans are coming up after I run this locomotive. Now watch this. Here's the cool thing. When you run it, it runs amazing. This is also built by Atlas. This is an Atlas genset locomotive. Number 1253. It's pretty new. It's very nice. It's a 3GS-21B genset diesel switcher. So watch this. I have to go back. Some of you guys wanted to see this engine run. It runs fabulous. It's a Atlas. Okay, if you can see this, watch this. I'm gonna run it full speed and watch the lights. It has 3 lights. None of my engines have this. Look on the bottom of the engine where the engine is actually where the scooper is. None of my engines have this. And look at the lights. Watch this. See the lights? Saw those lights? I don't know if you can see it. Watch. Here, I'll try to get a good shot of it moving with the camera. See, look at the lights. None of my engines do not have that. Here, I'll get a better shot. Anyway, it's going by. So here it comes. See, look at the lights. See those lights? Those 2 ditch lights right there? None of my engines have that. See? Okay, maybe I can put it on a low speed. And it would still be... Actually, hold on. I may have to hold it for a second, just to show you guys. See those lights right there? None of my engines have those. Those are ditch lights. They have 3 lights. None of my engines have that. None of my engines have that. They don't have lights below here. This engine does. I didn't know that. Well, anyway, this is an Atlas locomotive. And also, speaking of Atlas, I'm pulling Atlas grain cars. So, it's pretty much a fully in-depth tour of an Atlas. Well, it's a full Atlas train, pretty much. It's only pulling its grain cars, but... yeah, it's my genset switcher. Give it a couple of laps. It's very quiet. Interesting though, I'm going to run my Amtrak. You know, I haven't run my Amtrak. Let's run my Amtrak. Interesting though, my Amtrak sounds like this. It's very smooth, but it's loud. I don't get it. Here, I'll get this engine running. So yeah, there's my new Atlas genset locomotive. You saw the lights. Very nice. So, hold on. I'll get the train back on the tracks. This is an Atlas. But this is a DCC locomotive, but it's not making that noise, but if you run it long enough, it will vibrate. It's a nice Amtrak. I need to get the, so yeah. I don't see it's loud. Well, one time I was running it, it was awfully loud. It vibrate like heck. It's a new locomotive, but it's, so yeah. You know what? For the heck of it, let's run my 708, since I just love these engines. I mostly run my 711. I don't usually run my 708. Let's give her a test run. My Iowa Interstate 708. This engine is not, but I'm never getting rid of these guys. These are just such cool locomotives. Listen to that. It's not as fast, but it runs. This is my 708, not 711. Runs very smoothly. It's an Iowa Interstate GP30-2. Well, overall, it runs really smoothly. It's a lot quieter than my Bachmann. So, yeah, a couple of engines running. Maybe I'll run my GP35. I haven't run the haven't run this engine in a while. Also, my GP40 works, but an interesting thing, it has some bad wires in it. I used it a lot. Whoops, off the rails. This isn't a new engine. Whoops, it's still not on the tracks. Oops. There we go. It's on the tracks. This engine's fast. I think it is. Look how fast it is. I just think it's fast. It's a little faster than GP35. I use this engine a lot for switching before too, but it's a Bachmann, so. But it's better. I think newer Bachmanns are better, but Bachmann isn't the highest one. This one's really. Atlas, I think, is better than Bachmann. Bachmann doesn't suck, but maybe older Bachmanns do. I do not know. I heard of Lifelike. Those are junk, kinda. Actually, they are. Actually, the pieces of crap. Because I ran a Lifelike locomotive, and the whole gearbox exploded. Had a little gear selection, and actually, when I put it in reverse, it would sound like grinding like this. It would sound like that. I'm not lying. It actually happened. I was like, what the heck? This engine's crap. So, but this engine's beautiful. This engine's never crap. Because pretty much, well, interesting though, let's say this is the engine. The only drive wheels were right here. The pickup things were right here. It was cheap. The motor was just right into the cab and nothing else. Just wires and nothing else. Just a wire. It's pretty much a wire hook up to a motor and hook up. It was just pretty much a little wire hook up to a motor and a light, and it just drives these engines. And it was really cheap. This engine does not have a motor and a light. It has lights, drive shafts, which drives all the wheels and stuff. Anyway, here's my Iowa Interstate GP30-2. Beautiful locomotive, anyway. Well, guys, hopefully you loved my Atlas, new Atlas genset switcher. Hope you enjoyed the ditch lights on the bottom. Well, I guess you could call it ditch lights. So, hope you enjoyed the video, and please subscribe and comment. And and also, before I head out, I get new stuff. The next locomotive I'm getting and planning is a Intermountain ES44 AC with sound. None of my engines have sound. That engine's going to be with sound. Not joking, with sound. And I'm hoping I'm going to run it with this, because it's going to be standard DC. I heard they can run on DC and DCC layout, so no problem. So, anyway, and also I'm getting a digital track again, DCC thing. Stay tuned for my next video. My next video will be my new 16x4 layout. So stay tuned, and maybe a week or two I'll get it up and going. So stay tuned, and please subscribe and comment. Have a good day. Bye.